We'll keep moving forward. Now we'll get into each of the merit analysis discussions. And I'd like to welcome back Jim Chaput from Canada to lead the discussion for the first merit analysis group of greenhouse crops. Over to you, Jim.
Thank you, Alan. Buenos dias, good morning, good evening, buenas noches. Hope everybody's ready to get to work now. Just a couple of points about this section of the priority setting exercise. This discussion section is a little shorter because we have only three projects to review here, so we're going to take a little less time than we did on the previous day, simply because the other two sectors have quite a few more projects to consider. So one thing that we're going to do first is I'm just going to have the ranking under the original vote ranking for the Western flower thrips clarified. I went through the database again to make sure this was captured correctly. So if you looked at the original rankings for the Western flower thrips on potted plants, it came out 29th. Keeping in mind that we only received so few greenhouse priorities, the committee decided to have the next 15, so the top next 15 in the group considered, which brought this one back to the floor. And when you removed the non-greenhouse grown crops, that made this one 16 in the original vote ranking. So I just wanted that captured in the table ahead of time so that was properly noted in terms of where it ranked in the overall scheme of things. So the first thing that we'll be doing is we'll be having a quick presentation from the merit analysis team leader for each of these projects, in which they will highlight for the participants the key points that they reviewed and how they came to their merit analysis conclusions. Keep in mind that this whole process is was a dual scoring process. There was the original quantitative assessment that I reviewed just a few minutes ago, and then the merit analysis score, which gives us the points that you see in column C on this particular table. And we'll be looking at these independently. Keep in mind, these are independent reviews. They're not directly tied to one another. We have the 2 days to review this material, and we will be discussing them independently. It's not really a case of reprioritizing them. What we want to do is assess the quality and the value of the merit analysis that we've been given, and then decide how they rank. And then, as I explained earlier in that previous presentation, those decisions will be made in October. So first, let's review, or let's have a listen to the three merit analysis team leads and their presentations for the three projects we're going to consider.
The merit analysis for tomato and the control of the pest Tuta absoluta includes both conventional and biological-based solutions. Within the proposed solutions, with highest priority, we have 1. A synergistic system combining an attractant for mass trapping, 2. A microbial-based biopesticide, and 3. A reduced risk pesticide to complete systems approach. It is important to highlight that pest control is needed across all three production systems. This is temperate, tropical, and greenhouse. The manufacturers that provided information on the selected products say that they are effective under these systems. None of the solutions require registry studies. Most of them are exempt from these or already have enough studies carried out. Nevertheless, the Global Minor Use Foundation could support local efficacy data generation when local efficacy tests demonstration is necessary to register and commercialize the technologies. In addition to assigning the score, the team classified the solutions received as high, medium, and low, considering criteria such as the efficacy of the substance and the replacement of the old technology.
Hello, my name is Iris Bitterlich. I'm here to provide a merit analysis summary for the Global Minor Use Potential Project Greenhouse Tomatoes Russet Mites. I would like to emphasize that tomato russet mites are a very tiny mite species that's not seen until it reaches infestation levels. Currently, there are no biological control agents and few chemistries for use commercially in greenhouse tomatoes in the US or Canada. With greenhouse tomatoes, there are many types of biological control agents used at very high levels, and these are very expensive. So any solution that we're seeking for tomato russet mites, it's best if they are soft on the biological control agents. Still, any solutions are welcome for this troublesome pest. Globally, there were 12 countries worldwide that identified this as a top priority pest. 9 European countries, Australia, Canada, and the US. Because Karin and myself are from Canada and the US, the options we found are from these jurisdictions because we're most familiar with them, but we welcome any options outside of Canada and the US that could be expanded to include the US and Canadian markets. Because of a need to find products soft on biological control agents, our first choice would be the no mite that is currently registered in India, which is a beneficial fungus. But we welcome all solutions. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I wanted to mention very quickly that environmental hort crops typically encompass ornamental crops that are grown in glasshouses as well as in outdoor environments. Today we're focused on Western flower thrips. To begin, Western flower thrips have a very wide host range that enable their very easy spread from ornamentals onto a number of other commodities, including edible crops. Thus, their control prevents much wider and more devastating crop outbreaks and reduces the use of other less targeted pest management tools. A number of the existing registrations presently used internationally provide unsatisfactory control, and some farming communities continue to rely on organophosphates, carbamates, as well as a number of other more dated chemistries, and have so for decades. And ultimately, these hold back wider adoption of biological pest control approaches. Western flower thrips also act as vectors for virus spread, again contributing to issues outside of ornamental production. Finally, I'd like to remind the group that Western flower thrips were very nearly selected as an A priority in the 2017 Global Minor Use Priority Selection process, but ultimately were relegated to a B priority at that time. Thank you.